Meta AI is the personal AI to help you with whatever you need. Plus, it meets you where you are. Not only is Meta AI now an app, but it's also on the apps you already know and love: Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. Plus the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. It's easy to access wherever you are. So whether you're talking or texting, Meta AI is convenient to use throughout your day. Experience our newest AI that's tailored to you by downloading the Meta AI app. Try the Meta AI app today on the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Subtle results, still you, but with fewer lines. Botox Cosmetic, out of botulinum toxin A, is a prescription medicine used to temporarily make moderate to severe frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better in adults.
Effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Patients with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Don't receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow and eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Allergic reactions can include rash, welts, asthma symptoms, and dizziness. Tell your doctor about medical history, muscle or nerve conditions including ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. For full safety information, visit BotoxCosmetic.com or call 877-351-0300.
See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
Hello, everyone. It's time for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 448, season 18. Today's date is June 28th, 2025, and welcome to the show. On today's program, I'm going to talk about the 50th anniversary of the 1975 movie Cooley High that was filmed in Chicago. And I'll talk about a history of the high school and the movie. I'm sorry, my memories of watching the movie, and I'll talk about the cast and the plot and all that. So this will be very interesting. Also, I'll read off a menu from a restaurant. It was called the Glass Dome Hickory Pit, and it was located in the Bridgeview area of Chicago. Yeah, so this was a very popular place back then. Okay, before we get started, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Bacos. Those little bacon bits that you put in salads. Delicious. So here's a commercial from 1979. When I come back, I will start the show. Okay? Just sit back and relax. Let's go back to 1979 for the commercial for Bacos. Thank you.
Hey, lady.
Huh?
Want to make a better salad?
A better salad?
Try Bacos.
Oh, I've tried bacon bits before.
These?
Oh,
Bacos taste better. Tests prove that people like Bacos in salads even better than any leading real bacon bits.
They do taste better.
Pour on the flavor.
That's using your head.
Make a better salad with Bacos. Make a better salad today.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Bacos. It was from the Betty Crocker Company. They've been around for, I don't know, 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Yeah, I remember watching the commercials when I was a kid. I tried it once. You're supposed to put them in maybe baked potatoes or salads. It makes it tasty and crunchy. I don't remember the taste. It's been so long ago. I don't know. All I know is the product's been discontinued since 2016 or something like that. And I don't know what happened to. I don't know the reason why they just stopped it. No clue. So, and I think McCormick, the spice company, makes Bacon Bits. Probably the same thing like that. I don't know if it's still around. I'm not sure. So, me, I love bacon. It's delicious. It's bad for you. I know. Because, I try to, I eat bacon maybe once every, I don't know, a couple months, just to go outside, just to go out to lunch or breakfast. I have a little side of bacon. That's not so bad. But, BLTs are the best. Oh, they're delicious. I don't like tomato, but it's another story. But those are good. Delicious. I like it crispy with some lettuce and mayo. Good. Okay, at the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about the 50th anniversary of the movie Cooley High. Also, I will read off a menu from the Glass Dome Hickory Pit restaurant. They were famous for their barbecue ribs. Before I get started, let's see. Oh, I want to say hi to my Greek friends. Yassas Kalimera and Kalosithate. That means hello, good morning, and welcome. Someone mentioned that yesterday on my Facebook page. It's nice that you say you speak Greek to your friends. I should do that. I should continue that. I should have done that before. But, there's some people I know that listen. They do listen to the podcast. And so it's kind of nice. I've been speaking Greek since I was a little boy. I went to school. I learned. I got a little distracted, but that's, when I was in school because I was bullied. And I struggle to speak. I understand what people are saying. And I could read it and I could write it. And but it's tough. It's tough. You have to practice. You have to practice every day. Every day. When you go to Greece, then you have to speak it mostly. I know if you go to Athens, it's you can speak English because it's a big city. But if you go out in the villages, it's a little different because, like my relatives, they don't understand English. Most of them. That's tough. I like it. It's fine. Okay. Before I get started, I want to mention a couple things. One, this week, singer Bobby Sherman died. I grew up watching him. And he was a great singer. He had classic songs like, Little Woman, Seattle from the TV show Here Comes the Brides. I'll get to that in a second. La 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 la, and Julie, do you love it? Oh, those are classics. He was great. The first time I saw him on TV was when on Channel 32 and WFLD TV in the early 70s, they showed reruns of Here Come the Brides, and I saw Bobby Sherman there. He started in the show lasted 2 seasons on Channel 7. Then they moved to Channel 32, the reruns. That's when I started watching reruns. It was a great show. It was good. And then, excuse me, that ran on Channel 32 for a couple of years. And then about 10 or 15 years ago, I bought the DVD set. And I got it, and I watched almost all of them. I didn't finish the series. Now, if you try to find the first season, it's kind of rare. They discontinued it, so maybe they'll re-release it. But thank God I got both seasons. So but it's a shame because he was wonderful. He was a wonderful singer. The second thing I want to talk about is my health. I posted on my social media accounts that I'm experiencing bleeding. This is coming out of my penis. There's a reason why. So I went to the urologist Thursday, and this is what he said. He said that it's from your radiation. It's from your radiation. I had it 4 years ago, about this time, during the summer. And he said that remains in your body for a long, long time. So it can come up maybe a few months, a few years. He told me there was one patient, he came 10 years later, and experienced that. I was so worried. I thought maybe I had an infection or something worse. He says, no, it's that. Because I experienced pelvis pain before, and I got some ice. That went away, so that's probably what happened. So he says not to worry. So I'll see him again in August. Maybe it'll be cured by then. I'll be gone. I hope so. If that doesn't work, they're going to put me like in a chamber. I have to go for like sessions where it's an oxygen chamber, and that helps your blood vessels. So it works. That's what I heard. Also, right now I'm not bleeding. No, I'm okay. So far, so good. I do see little clots, teeny tiny ones. But so far I'm fine. I'm okay. So maybe it's going away. I hope it is. So, and the condition is called radiation cystitis. I can't pronounce it. You have to look it up. It'll explain like that. And then my chemo is Monday. That's my fourth one. We'll see. And I'm going to meet my new oncologist. The other one retired. We'll see what he says. I'm hoping, to tell you the truth, I hope I continue, and maybe it'll make the PSA down. But I hope he doesn't make me stop the chemo, and then we go try Pluvito, because it depends on the PSA, because it's so high. So we'll see what he says. Okay. All right. Now we're going to talk about Cooley High. Cooley High was a movie. It was released. The funny thing is, it was released on June 25th, 1975. The funny thing is, it was released in Chicago at the State Lake Theater, and I think in Detroit too. But it released, but then it went nationwide on June 27th, I believe. But it opened in Chicago. So the movie was it's sort of like a Black American Graffiti, if you remember the movie that starred Ron Howard and Cindy Williams. That was a great movie. And that was directed by George Lucas of Star Wars fame. And what was great about the movie, it had a great soundtrack by many Motown hits. Oh, I remember the first song that's played is Baby Love from Diana Ross and the Supremes. The movie is set in 1964, but you know something? I see things that didn't exist in the movie back then, so... Well, what do you expect? But before I talk about the movie, I'm going to talk about the high school. It was called Edwin Gilbert Cooley Vocational High School. And it opened in 1958. It was located at 1225 North Sedgwick Street. It was in the Old Town neighborhood. So it's by the Gold Coast. I can't say that word. By Cabrini Green. And it was there until from 1958 to 1979. Before that, it was constructed around 1905, and it was It was called the Albert G. Lane Manual Training High School, also known as Lane Tech College Prep. It was all boys, and then in the 1930s, enrollment just blew up, and then it became the Washburn Vocational High School, which later became Washburn Trade School. Now, I don't know if that's the same one that moved to the west, a little village neighborhood, like 31st and Kedzie. I think it is that. It's got to be. Anyway, then they did that, and then they just renamed it that. First, it had a white population, then it became African American later on because of Cabrini Green, and they planned to build a new building because it was getting old and overcrowded. But no, they didn't do that. They changed their minds like that, and then in 1979, they tore it down. They closed it and they tore it down. And then right now, I checked on Google Maps what is there now. And it's all townhouses. beautiful townhouses. The neighborhood changed so much. It looks real nice. It really does. Maybe someday I'll take a drive over there and I say, oh, there's Cooley High. Isn't that amazing? Like that? Okay. So let's talk about the movie. It starred, here's the cast. It starred Glenn Turman. He was Leroy Preach Jackson. Glenn Turman, you remember him from A Different World, the sitcom. He's still acting, I think. And then you have Lawrence Hilton Jacobs. He played Cochise. We all know him as Freddie Boom Boom Washington from Welcome Back, Kotter. He started in that series a few months later. And also there was Garrett Morris. He played Mr. Mason. He was a high school teacher there. Believe it or not, Garrett Morris was a teacher before he started with Saturday Night Live. And so the movie is based by experiences by the guy who, I think the director, well, it was written by a man named Eric Monti, and he created Good Times in 1974. So this is sort of based on his life in Chicago. And so there was these guys, they were hanging out, they do all kinds of trouble. In the movie, they showed, they cut class and they went to Lincoln Park Zoo. They were hiding, they were in the back of an old CTA bus. That was kind of cool. I like seeing that. They filmed some scenes in Chicago. One, they had the car chase in Navy Pier, the warehouse. Also, let's see, forgot his name. Oh yeah, Preach lived on Mohawk Avenue. They showed the house over there. Let's see, they showed a bar somewhere in the Old Town neighborhood. And there was one scene where Cochise with his girlfriend, they were walking around and I see two National Food Store trucks there. Maybe I'll make a screenshot and maybe post it someday. So I'm trying to find like Vienna Chicagoland stuff in the movie, and that was one of them. That was kind of cool, like that. There was one funny scene I like in the movie where they go to Martha's. It's like she had like a restaurant. It was like a teen hangout, or anyone hung out, and she didn't allow gambling in the back. There was a dice game going on, and then she found out about it, and she's chasing Preach with a meat cleaver. I love that scene. That's hilarious. And but the movie ended tragically, and I won't spoil the end. So you have to watch the movie. It's free on YouTube if you're interested. I just watched it yesterday for the first time in many years, and it was great. It was a good movie like that. One bit of trivia: there's a comedian and actor Robert Townsend. He's in the movie, and he looks so young. He played in he was in the basketball court. That was interesting like that. Now, here's the funny thing about this. They were planning to make a TV show based on this movie. But they tried and tried, but it didn't work out, and they kept changing it. And then, lo and behold, it became What's Happening. And it was not set in Chicago. The characters were different. They had different names, and that premiered about the same year. Didn't work like that. But What's Happening sort of became a classic. It's still funny, and I don't know. So Cooley High did not become a TV series. Not exactly. What's great about this movie, it had a great soundtrack. They played a lot of great classic 60s music, from Motown. Dancing in the Street, Stop in the Name of Love, artists from Four Tops, Smokey Robinson, Mary Wells, and, let's see who else. The Marvelettes, yeah. So that's a great soundtrack. Okay. All right, so right now I'm going to take a break. And when I come back, I'm going to read off the menu from the Gladstone Hickory Pit that was located in the Bridgeport neighborhood of Chicago. So just sit back, everyone, relax, and I'll be right back. Thank you.
Dear Sirs, I have never written to any company before, but I just had to let you know how great Tone soap with cocoa butter is. Even when you wash your face with Tone, it leaves your skin feeling soft, smooth and moist. Plus, the smell is great. It's just everything it's advertised to be. Thank you for Tone soap with cocoa butter and moisturizers. Mrs. Marilyn Singsheim, Helenville, Wisconsin.
Tone, the soap with cocoa butter and moisturizers.
This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. Healthcare professionals can lead their careers with LinkedIn. Discover jobs by specialty, preferred shifts, and even desired salary. From mental health therapists to radiology technicians, it's now faster and easier for healthcare professionals to find the right fit. Learn more at linkedin.com/healthcare. Side effects may include faster job placement, improved work-life balance, and increased career satisfaction.
What's worse than an ad interrupting your favorite music or podcast? That uninspired coffee you've been drinking while working, which is why Flavia is elevating your everyday coffee experience. Now you can enjoy cafe-quality beverages like coffee, tea, frothy lattes, and creamy hot chocolate made right in your home office, actual office, or wherever you want to upgrade your mug with bold, delicious flavors. Visit Flavia.com to shop the collection of machines and beverages now.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. Now I'm going to talk about the Glass Dome Hickory Pit restaurant, and it was famous for their barbecue ribs, which I've been told and read comments from people during the years of Van Chicagoland that they were awesome. I'm sure they were. So let me give you a little history of this wonderful place. Originally, it was a neighborhood tavern, and it was owned by the Beninato family, and they were brothers, Sam, Michael, Anthony, and Santo. They served in World War II, and they opened it, their father opened it. Originally, it was a neighborhood tavern. And then they converted it into a restaurant, and with an open garden adjacent to it. And they served drinks, ribs, Italian sausages, beef sandwiches, you name it. They had that. And it was there for a long time. It was originally located at 2724 South Union Avenue in the Bridgeport neighborhood. And let's see, what else? Then they originally, I think they opened like a full restaurant like in 1955 or something like that. Then I'm not sure, in the 80s, they moved to a bigger facility, a bigger place, and it was located at 2801 South Halsted, not too far from Comiskey Park. So, during that time, if you went to a White Sox game and you're hungry, or even you're hungry before to go to the game, you just stop by and have yourself a big plate of ribs. And that's kind of cool, like that. Anyway, so it closed like 95, 96, around then, in the 90s. So I don't know what happened. I think they marketed their own barbecue sauce. I think they did for a while. I don't know if it's still around. I have no idea. Anyway, so from what I heard, so when you go past by the one that was located in Union Avenue, you saw that famous sign, and it said Glass Dome Hickory Pit, air conditioned. So that's good news, like that. And I saw pictures of the interior, and it looks very nice. It had a brick wall, paneling, very, very fancy, like that. Okay. So right now I'm going to pull up the menu, which I have it right here. Just one moment, please. Okay. So Like I said before, it was located at 2724 South Union Avenue. The phone number at the time, with the prefixes, with the letters, was Victory 2-1077. So it's VI 2-1077. And the menu said, it's like a logo. It says, it's the hickory wood that makes the difference. I would believe that. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Now I bring up the menu. Here we go. Look at this. So they had ribs, of course. The barbecue ribs. Description of the ribs, it says on the menu: selected loin back ribs, richly barbecue over fragrant and hardwood fires in our famous brick bar barbecue pit. You can have mild or hot sauce. You have a choice. And on the side dish, you get potatoes, coleslaw, pickle, French bread, and butter. All for $1.95. That sounds great. It doesn't cost like that anymore. No, it does not. So that's too bad. So a deluxe rib order. So the $1.95, I think that's a half slab, and the deluxe rib order, which I believe is a full slab, was $2.75. Okay. They also had spaghetti, and it was served with French bread and served with Romano cheese. Also, if you want meat sauce or richly seasoned with Italian spices, or you want meatless sauce, if you want meat in your sauce or without it. And if you want meatballs or with sausage. That sounds good. That sounds wonderful. They had seafood. They had French fried shrimp. Selected Louisiana whites served in basket. They had French fried halibut steak and French fried perch boneless. And you had the same side orders, but the difference was you had tartar sauce served with that. Okay. Sandwiches, they had barbecue beef, the same side orders. Excuse me. Italian sausage, meatball. So if you had an Italian sausage sandwich or a meatball sandwich, well, I love meatball sandwiches. Good. And also served with garlic bread. Okay. Also, they had charbroiled filet mignon, and that came with an Italian salad, French fried potatoes, ravioli, and Italian bread served with butter. So on the sides, you had Italian salad or deluxe Italian salad, French onion rings, sliced tomatoes, black olives, or anchovy fillets. I'm not a fan of anchovies like that. And the last item we got is ravioli. You can have it meat or cheese fill, or mustacholi, served with Romano cheese. And let's see. So it's served with meat sauce, richly seasoned with Italian spices, or you want meatless. You don't want any meat in your sauce. And it's served with meatballs or with sausage. That sounds good. Also, they had, there was one more item, but it's covered by the filet mignon. So this is the best I could do to find a menu of this place. So that sounds it sounds absolutely wonderful. Okay, so that's it for this show. I will do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about the 50th anniversary of the 1970 movie Cooley High. And also I read off a menu of the Glass Dome Hickory Pit restaurant that was located in the Bridgeport neighborhood of Chicago. Excuse me. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are found: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, Overcast, Good Pods, Podbean. If you have those apps on your phone or your tablets, you can tap on those. Click follow. You'll receive a notification to listen to the latest episode. Also, the previous episodes are listed as well. Also be posted on my blog, vanishchicagoland.blog. Also, you can enter your email, you receive a notification, or you can listen to all the podcast episodes. They're all there. Over 400 of them. A lot. Also, be posted on my YouTube channel. And again, people ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? Believe it or not, a woman asked me yesterday, where can I find Pete's podcast? And I answer to her, go to my YouTube channel. Type in the search, Van Chicagoland Stories, or my name, Pete Costanas. Tap subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. You receive a notification of the latest episode. Also, you listen to the previous episodes. They're all there. Help yourself. That's a big library. Also, be shared on my social media accounts, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Okay. Before I sign off, there's one last thing. Yesterday, I posted that I'm contemplating writing a book. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, I will probably write a book, but I want to wait till I'm done with the chemo and all that. So I can. So if I go into remission, I hope so, that I will put it together. It's going to take time. It doesn't take one day. So I have to make an outline and put it together, maybe make a picture book, maybe an autobiography, a couple of chapters about myself. I asked people yesterday, do you want to categorize? They said, yeah, some people said neighborhoods. I could do that, but it's a little hard because this is Chicagoland. This will include the suburbs. And I get that. Sometimes I get people compliment, oh, no, this is like, for example, there's a restaurant in Wilmette. They said, that's not Chicago, that's Wilmette. I get that once in a while, but people realize, stop it. This covers the Chicagoland area and the suburbs. Someone asked me, do you cover anything in the Indiana, like that borders Chicago? I haven't done it in a while. Maybe I will, because that's sort of considered that, but I don't know. That's sort of a gray area. So for the book, we just have to wait. So I can make it a picture book. We'll see what happens. I don't want to put it all in one book because that's too overwhelming. Maybe I'll make save it for another book. Maybe do a Christmas one. I'm going to do that for sure. Yeah, I'll do that one. So we'll see. This will be fun. Yeah. Okay, so this is Pete Costanas, your host for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today is not bad. Tomorrow's going to be a hot day. I will probably do another episode tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I have to think about this today. I'm sure it'll come up. So everyone stay cool. So here's bye-bye for me, and here's a little traveling music from our favorite Chicago legend, Ray Rayner, saying bye-bye-bye. Take care, everyone, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.